Look at this for a second. Two people go through the exact same difficult situation, same pressure, same problem, same level of stress. But while one of them seems to fall apart on the inside, the other comes out of it looking even stronger. And no, this isn't luck, rare genetics, or some kind of strong personality that only a few people are born with. Psychology already understands very well why this happens. And more importantly, this can be learned. Here's the thing most people miss. Mentally strong people don't feel less. They feel just as much as anyone else. Fear, anxiety, insecurity, doubt, all of it shows up the same way. The difference isn't in what they feel. It's in what they do once those feelings show up. And when you understand this, a lot starts to make sense. Most people grow up believing that mental strength means controlling emotions, holding it in, not showing pain, keeping your composure at all costs. But psychology shows almost the opposite. Mentally strong people don't try to control emotions. They change their relationship with them. When anxiety appears, they don't panic trying to make it disappear. When fear shows up, they don't treat it as a sign of weakness. When sadness comes, they don't feel ashamed of it. They understand something simple but powerful. Emotions are signals, not commands. Fear can be there, and you can still act. Insecurity can exist, and you can still move forward. While most people think, I shouldn't feel this way, mentally strong people think, okay, I'm feeling this. Now what's the next step? That shift may seem small, but it completely changes how the brain responds to stress. And this part matters. The more you fight an emotion, the stronger it tends to become. The brain learns through association. If every time fear appears you avoid the situation, your brain records that as a real threat. Next time, it turns the volume up. That's why avoiding difficult conversations, important decisions, or uncomfortable situations doesn't bring lasting relief. It does the opposite. It slowly weakens the mind. Mentally strong people understand a basic psychological principle. What you avoid grows. What you face shrinks. Not because the problem disappears, but because you grow larger than it. They don't ask, how do I make this stop hurting? They ask, what is this trying to teach me? And that question changes everything. Pay attention to this. Mental strength is not the absence of pain. It's tolerance for discomfort. It's the ability to stay present even when the experience isn't pleasant. And this is where many people get confused. They think mentally strong people don't suffer. They do. They just suffer differently. Psychology separates suffering into two types: useful suffering and useless suffering. Useless suffering is when you're stuck in the past, replaying mistakes, reliving conversations, creating catastrophic scenarios that may never happen. It's blaming yourself without acting, constantly comparing yourself, getting trapped inside your own thoughts. That kind of suffering drains mental energy and solves nothing. Useful suffering, on the other hand, comes from growth, from the discomfort of learning something new, from the pain of setting boundaries, from the weight of standing by a difficult decision. Mentally strong people don't romanticize this, but they accept it. They understand that a life designed to avoid all discomfort doesn't build strength. It builds fragility. This is counterintuitive, but true. Trying to live without suffering weakens the mind. Mental strength grows when you're willing to move through discomfort consciously instead of running from it. Another key difference shows up here. Mentally strong people don't live trapped in the role of victim, even when something unfair happens. This doesn't mean denying pain or pretending it was okay. It means separating two very important things: what wasn't their fault and what is still their responsibility now. That distinction gives power back. Prolonged victimhood takes control away. Responsibility gives it back. This isn't about blaming yourself. It's about asking, given what happened, what's the best response now? That question shifts focus from the past to action. And mentally strong people live much more in that space. But there's a quiet mental habit that undermines all of this. And almost everyone does it without realizing it. Rumination, overthinking, going over the same thoughts again and again. What if I had done something different? Why does this always happen to me? What if it goes wrong? It feels like reflection, but most of the time, it's just action avoidance. Mentally strong people think, yes, but they put limits on thinking. They reflect just long enough to extract a lesson, then they move forward. Because they understand something essential. Thinking too much isn't intelligence. Often, it's fear in disguise. A strong mind isn't one that thinks nonstop. It's one that knows when to stop thinking and start acting. Another crucial difference is identity. Mentally fragile people turn temporary states into identity. They say, I am anxious, I am weak, I'm just like this. Mentally strong people speak differently. They say, I feel anxious. I didn't handle that well today. This is hard for me right now. It may sound subtle, but it's not. One fuses the problem with who you are. The other recognizes the problem without turning it into identity. You're not the weather. You're the sky. Emotions pass. States change. Identity remains. When you understand this, you stop fighting who you are and start working with what you feel. All of this leads to a central point psychology keeps coming back to: meaning. Mentally strong people can endure more because they know why they're enduring it. They don't live only for immediate comfort. They live for something bigger than the moment. When the why is clear, the how becomes more bearable. That's why two people experience the same pain so differently. One sees it as a signal to stop. The other sees it as part of growth. The pain is the same. The story they tell themselves is what changes everything. Mental strength isn't something you're born with. It's something you build, choice by choice. Every time you act despite fear. Every time you tolerate discomfort instead of escaping it. Every time you stop ruminating and take responsibility for the next step. And here's the most important part. This kind of strength doesn't appear overnight. It develops in everyday moments, in small decisions where you choose a conscious response instead of an automatic one. That's where real change happens. That's where the mind becomes more stable, more resilient, more clear. If you pay attention to this and start applying it, not perfectly, but consistently, the impact shows up in how you handle pressure, frustration, uncertainty, and most of all, how you relate to yourself. And that's exactly where everything truly begins to change.